Now I'm marking time more. Like, I'm running out of time. Do you know what I mean?
We always are. From the day we're born, we're dying.
Yeah, and then but you get to a certain point, you're like, oh, wait a minute. People are dying in my life. Like they're dying. Like it's not, so it's interesting that you start to be cognizant of your mortality. As we get older, men become more and more isolated, right? Like
especially the old school,
right? Like my cousin and even Chris, Uvain, like he was vocal about the depression, but he really he isolated himself, and that's what men tend to do. So sometimes you gotta drag people.
I know
you gotta drag people out.
I know. I try. I mean, it's a fine line. Like, well, it's a thin line between like enabling and helping. Yeah. So some people, if they don't want to be helped, there has to come a time where you're like, I'm wasting my time and your time because you just aren't wanting this.
Yeah, they're despondent. It's a terrible.
It's a tragedy.
It is.
I have tried. I've tried so many times, and then I realized how many weeks, years, hours, whatever it is, I've spent on certain people, like of my own time, because I care so much, and it's almost like you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
And sometimes I've just cut it off. Like I'm talking, I never really talked about it, but like, I love my brother. He's amazing. He's an amazing guy. He's smart as hell, smarter than I am. People love him. He's fun to be around. He's just a great guy, but he has some things that he doesn't want to deal with.
Right.
And I have tried, and I have seen it right in front of me, and I have seen
and that's your brother,
and that's my brother, and it's like now, I as bad as it feels, I'm just like, I love you, always here for you.
Yeah,
I'm not asking you about this. I'm not telling you. I'm not going to start telling you how to live your life. If you don't want to take advice, if you don't want to listen to me, or if you don't want to, then I can't do it anymore.
It's the smartest thing.
It's breaking my heart.
Yeah,
it's killing me.
And then you have animosity towards him. Because he's not doing what you think he should be doing, right, to help himself.
And he'll say certain things in front of me, which is a button, like you were
it's
talking
a trigger,
about.
Yeah.
Well, he'll say a trigger.
Yeah.
Like, who cares, man? I'm just going to go all out. Who cares what happens?
Right.
Kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. It's just not funny.
Everybody cares. Jordan Peterson says a great thing. He says, never underestimate the hole that you would leave if you weren't here. Right. And my cousin who shot himself, his kids were in the other room. It's 3 kids. Right. And his ex-wife. He destroyed the family. He destroyed us. It destroyed us. It just devastated our family.